Today we're looking at the defection of the governor of Delta State, His Excellency Governor Sheriff. He has defected. He has also done the defection with all his commissioners and members of his cabinet. He also announced yesterday that the local government chairman will defect and then follow him. He has already met with the local government chairman. And as you would expect in the political culture in Nigeria, once the governor defects, everybody follows him. So but we're looking at the issues of law around the defection that has just taken place in Delta State, where the governor that was elected under the platform of the People's Democratic Party has now crossed over to another platform, namely the All Progressives Congress, which is the party of the president of the country. So you would say the ruling party in the country. What are the legal issues around it? So let's look at it. One, what are the legal consequences of the governor's defection from the party that elected him to another political party before the end of his tenure? The answer is that there is no consequence under the laws of Nigeria. By the Constitution of Nigeria, 1999, there is no provision to sanction a governor who defects. That's the law. I've been a student of the Constitution for many years. I use the Constitution in court. I've done political matters also. I've done matters that relate to defection from one political party to another. So at least I have an idea. Look through the Constitution of Nigeria. There is no section of the Constitution that has any consequence whatsoever against a governor that defects. So the governor can defect and defect back. So like the governor of Delta that has defected from PDP today to APC, if he goes to APC and is not having it the way he wanted, nothing stops him from defecting back to the PDP or going to another political party altogether. So it's like that. No provision of the Constitution of Nigeria that stops the governor from defecting from the political party that elected him to another political party. So he defects without any consequence. So he can go here and then come back without consequence. He can do this and still keep his seat or position as governor of Delta State. Recall that Governor David Umahi defected in Ebonyi State shortly before the end of his tenure. He was also of the PDP. He defected to APC. Recall also that Governor Ben Ayade of Cross River State also defected from PDP to APC. And they will always tell you that they are going to the center to be able to connect their states to the center. And I normally ask the question, if you're a member of a political party other than the president's political party, do you not receive allocation every month? I'm asking governors now. If you are a member of the opposition political party, does it stop you from going to FAC to receive allocation every month? That's just by the way. Now, I have said that there's no legal consequence against the governor, but is it the same with the legislators who defect with the governor? Like I said, when a governor defects, everybody follows him. In most instances in this country, when a governor defects, everybody follows him. So it's obvious that the members of the Delta State House of Assembly, all of them in the PDP, will defect and follow the governor if they have not already defected. But if they defect today, I have said that for the governor, there is no legal consequence. So the question is it the same for legislators that defect? The answer is no. The position of the law on legislators is different. By Section 109 of the Constitution, a member of the House of Assembly that defects, maybe follows the governor or defects on his own volition, loses his seat. That's what is in the Constitution. So you defect, you lose your seat automatically. That's there in the Constitution, Section 109 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. By Section 68 of the same Constitution, Any federal legislator, member of the House of Reps, member of the Senate from Delta State who defects to follow the governor in the APC, the Constitution says that there is a consequence. You lose your seats upon your defection. That's the law. Yes, the politicians may not have the political will to implement the provision of the Constitution, which is sad because the Constitution should be obeyed by everybody. But on the question, what is the provision of the law? There is a provision of the law against any member of the legislature who defects from one political party to another. The law expects that when you are elected under the platform of APC, remain in APC for the tenure that you have been elected. If you're on the platform of PDP, remain in PDP for the platform, for the period of time that you have been elected. If you're in Labour Party, the same thing. Remain there for the period of time that you have been elected. And that is why the Constitution in section 109 and in section 68 have made clear provisions to as consequences for any member of the legislature who defects. Now, what happens to local government chairmen? You saw yesterday on television, Governor Sharif came out from a meeting. He was to be interviewed by pressmen. He said, "You will not hear from me today." He made it light and everybody just laughed. He said that he went to have a meeting with local government chairmen. So obviously the local government chairmen are going to follow him. The question is, what happens to them, legally speaking? The answer is nothing. They are heads of the executive. And in Nigeria, there is no sanction for heads of the executive arm that defect. So the president can defect from APC to PDP or YPP or Labour Party, and there's no sanction. Governor, the same thing. So local government chairman is also the head of an executive arm in the local government. No consequence whatsoever. There is no provision that threatens their position. So they defect. They can defect today, defect back tomorrow. Absolutely no consequence under the law. But note that for the councillors that are obviously going to defect along with them, most of the local government administration laws of the states of the federation, in my state, there is a provision that says that when a councillor defects from one party to another, he loses his seat. I am sure that there is such provision in the Lagos states, in the Delta states, local government administration law, because most of our laws are the same. It's just the change of the name of the law, but the content, if you look closely, they're mostly the same. So no consequences. It's only the legislators and the councillors that have some worries, right? Because of the provisions of the law. I have then asked the question, which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Are we going to continue like this? You look at the Labour Party in the United Kingdom, you look at the Conservative Party in the United Kingdom. When you're a member of one political party, you stick to the political party. You don't jump ship anyhow. Why? Because the ideology of this political party is not the same as the other one. It's like members of religious sects, okay? You're a member of this, you're a member of this in Christianity, in another religion and all that. The teachings are different. So you find it difficult for people to switch camp so quickly. In the United Kingdom, it's very difficult to see a conservative member moving camp to the Labour Party because the ideologies are different. Their thinking on how to develop the economy is different, so they don't move like that. The same in America, where you have the Republican Party and you have the Democrats. Donald Trump has been a Republican all his life. The Bush's family, they have been Democrats all their lives. So it's difficult for them to shift so easily like that. So which way Nigeria? I think that one, people should believe in the ideology of the political party they rode to power. If you have been elected by Labour Party, what stops you from believing in the ideology of the Labour Party for the time that you have been elected? I think it's also a mark of respect for the people that elected you into office. Two, if we do not want all these to continue happening, governors defecting without consequence, if we do not want this to keep happening, right? Let us amend the Constitution of Nigeria to provide sanctions for governors that defect. Until we have that in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that says the governor, when you defect from one political party to another, you're going to lose your seats, then what is going on in Rivers, what is going on in Delta can happen in Rivers, can happen in Akwa Ibom, can happen in other states of the Federation, and goes on like that. What's your take about defection by governors and other members of the executive and the legislature in states of the Federation? Are we running towards having a one-party country? Are we running towards that? What's your take? Drop your comment, drop your take on the comment section so that we can also learn from you. We need to learn from everybody about what is going on in Nigeria. Which way, again, Nigeria. Many thanks for always watching. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do well to click the subscription button so that we can have a bigger family of people sitting down together to learn and understand the principles of law without necessarily going to the law classroom in the faculties of law. Many thanks.